Hello guys and welcome back. So previously in video you saw we used a photoresistor and we saw that the resistance of our photoresistor changes. Okay, so what we will do right now is that we will be using a voltage divider circuit. So what is a voltage divider circuit? So you can see the resistance 1 and resistance 2 here. These are connected in series. That means the same current goes from here to here to here and to here. Okay, this is what we call a series resistance circuit. When the same current that goes from the previous resistor goes from the second one. So this is our voltage divider circuit. So why we are using this, it will be explained later. So the equation for the voltage divider circuit, the voltage that we output is here. V in is V in times R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So now an interesting thing we will see. So now the interesting is that this here is V in is the 5 volt we're using from the Arduino, and this R1 is nothing but a photoresistor, and this R2 is nothing but this resistance here. So what we are doing here is we are increasing it, we will be changing the value of this photoresistor by our sunlight simulation, and when we increase the value of R1 here, the output voltage will be reduced drastically. Okay, since this is inversely proportional to this, that is why it will happen. So it kind of follows from the intuitive thinking as well, that when we increase the resistance, the flow of current will get decreased and the voltage will also be decreased. So what I have done here is that I have used this voltage divider circuit as a means or as a logic circuit, which I wanted to say that I wanted that when sunlight arrives, the light in my room should glow. Okay, that is the logic that I wanted to use. So in order to simulate sunlight, I'll be using Tinkercad, and for the light purpose, I'll be using this small LED here. So let's see if I've implemented this correct. So let's see if I've implemented my logic correctly or not. I will start the simulation and let's see what happens. I have started the simulation and you can see no LED is on. So, and you can see the sunlight or the brightness has been set to low. So that means it's night time and the LED is not glowing. Okay, so let's say the sun is out and you can see the LED has glowed. So we have implemented the logic correctly. So if we look into the code, let's see what's happening. So I have declared this variable as analog input, and if I go into the wires, you can see A0 is connected here. So what I am doing is basically I am reading the voltage value here. It's the same voltage that is here, V out. Okay, so I did quick calculations and I found out that when my brightness was at mid, what was my voltage value obtained? It was 2.70. So I wrote the logic that if my voltage value is greater than 2.50, this is 2.70, which is obviously greater, so I want the LED to glow. Okay, so that is done by this logic here, and you can see this line of code is actually reading the analog input here, then I am dividing it by 1023 and then I am multiplying it by 5. This you can see this line of code. Ignore the serial print line of code. What this line of code actually does is whenever we read any voltage value inside Arduino, we read the analog value, which ranges from 0 to 1023, and we need to do the division by 1023 and multiplication by 5 in order to obtain the actual voltage value. That is what is happening here. Let's try to reduce the brightness, and you can see the voltage value is reducing. What is meant by reducing the brightness? It means that I'm increasing the resistance. When I'm increasing the resistance, the output voltage should reduce as well. Okay, so let me increase the brightness. That means I am decreasing the resistance. So when I'm decreasing the resistance, the voltage output should increase, and you can see the same is happening here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you would tinker around with circuits and you will go about your own logic and try to find different logical circuits that you can use. You can think out of the box and actually make something really pretty awesome, which would help the world and make it a better place.